It may get a lot of hate, but I'm going to tell you today why I keep Baofengs in my toolbox. Hey there, and welcome to the channel if you're a Wastelander, or welcome on back if you are a current Vault Dweller. So today, we're looking at some Baofengs. I know that may trigger some people, that Baofengs are actually good, but I'm going to tell you why and give you a couple reasons why they stay in my toolbox. So the first one is they're cheap. They're a great entry, or low barrier to entry rather, for your amateur radio or even your GMRS services. Yes, again, price point's lower, and you can expect that they probably don't get as great of reception or great usage, great controllability, anything like that, as compared to the big three or the OGs of, especially in the amateur radio world, which would have been Kenwoods, ICOMs, and Yaesus. But again, you cannot deny that the cheap price point really encourages a lot of people, I think, to get into either the hobbies or, again, as a great backup communication source, which is the main reason why I have them. So we'll start off with the very famous or infamous UV 5R. Probably the favorite radio of everybody out there. I know I said that with sarcasm. But again, you cannot deny cheap price, under $30, I believe, for one unit, in which case you get the radio, battery, the clip, a fashionable wrist strap, the rubber duck antenna, and your manual. And basic comms use, this is great. There's a lot of talk about them, that these things are trash due to the sparse emissions from them. And even though they do meet FCC Part 97 for amateur radio specifications when they are shipped here, they still say, a lot of people will still say that they're kind of a really cheap trash radio. I do not know too much about going into specifics of the scientifics, the harmonics, the spurs, and all that. I actually don't have the proper equipment to do it here on my workbench myself. But I have found a really interesting article regarding the sparse emissions of the UV5Rs and its further generations. I'll pin that down in the top comment below. You can go check it out. Really interesting read. I believe it's on Radio Reference Forums. Really interesting article, so go check that out. I mostly have UV5Rs. One is a backup. I actually have another one still fresh in the box that I will probably be using to work on and test on, kind of tinker with, because I've heard you can do quite a bit with that as far as tinkering goes. So that's what these will be for. So the next one here is the Baofeng BF21. I also believe it's called the UV21R, which is that guy 6 or 7 generations later. I did an unboxing and a basic review of this. You can go check that out up here in the corner if you want to. Reason I got this one is it's tri-band radio. So this does your 2 meter, 1.25 meter, and 70 centimeters, or 440 megahertz. And this is a tri-band antenna that I ended up getting for it. And I haven't been able to take this out too much, play with it yet. There's not very many, if any at all, 1.25 meter repeaters where I'm at. So a lot of it would be simplex if I could find someone else to kind of play around with on that. And kind of just a quick comparison as far as up here again at 6th or 7th generation UV5Rs versus way back in the day. You definitely see that the button layout is different. The radio itself is just almost double in size. Almost. I apologize. The big tri-band antenna is like all the way against the wall over there, since it's a nice long antenna. But you know, upgrade, you do get color screen. Nice feeling buttons. They're raised. Get this funky little up and down with this mouse, almost like those old school laptop mouse buttons here. This does nothing, I have found out. It's just, you can just move up and down on things, but you can't enter with it, oddly enough. So yeah, just got this one as an extra. Another UV5R, another Baofeng to play with. And mostly got to get for the tri-band use. I believe this also receives on airband. I'm still going to play with this one more, but good lifelong battery on it, and comes with a USB-C charging port, so you can charge it via cradle or straight to the cable. And that's one of the things with the later generations of Baofengs that I really like, is that they start coming with USB-C charging ports on them, as well as the cradle option. This just makes it a whole lot easier, since everybody nowadays is charging tablets, phones, whatever, by USB-C. And the last guy here is probably my most common Baofeng I take with me. This is the Baofeng UV 9R Pro, and has your very
channel mode,
very stereotypical Baofeng, welcoming in purple, blue, orange, whatever color you like, backlit LED screen. Raised buttons again, very simple layout. The menu is about the same as the old school Baofengs, the older ones, of course, for programming purposes and whatnot. And even though it may be a bit clunky to program a repeater, I've done one of those on this old school menu, so you need some help with that, you check that out. Main reason I got this one is I have another Baofeng UV, I believe it's just the 9R Plus, and it was the first water resistant, or IP67, I think, water and dust resistant radio I got. And this one was supposed to be a little bit better than the 9R Plus, so I went ahead and got it, and got something in a cooler color instead of just kind of being old school and sticking to black. So just want something else. This pretty much goes with me everywhere, since it is outside, weatherproof, rainproof, and such. I do have an extended Aubrey antenna here for your 440, 2 meter 440 frequencies. Again, still very basic Baofeng. PTT, your Kenwood, I think it's called the K1, your Kenwood type connections, your flashlight, your SOS, all that good stuff. Fashionable spinny belt clip thing here. And again, USB-C, super important, at least to me. Always charging things with USB-C, phones, tablets, whatnot. And so these also make, this makes it a lot easier when you're carrying a charging brick as well, which is what I do for my going out bags or anything like that, get homes, EDCs, whatever you like to call them. I always carry a charging brick with me, so it would not be too hard to charge one of these. If I ran the battery low, was stuck somewhere, could charge it just fine along with your phone. Again, in my opinion, as long as you have cell service and whatnot, your phone should always be your first point of contact for getting help. For whatever reason, if that doesn't help, this is why you have backup communications, as long as you are able to get out and reach somewhere else. Now, reaching someone's a whole different topic. That'll be for another video. But otherwise, that's why I have them. So there you go, guys. Several Baofengs. You might hate on them, but you can't deny, again, cheap point of entry. They make great little radios to have, and I know most people will say trash radio, but for a low price point, you drop them in the water, you crush them with your truck, you're out, $30. Some higher end, of course, Yaesu's Icoms, we're talking more towards the $100 price point. And as far as I can recall, I even have a Yaesu FT60, I believe. It's not waterproof, it's not dustproof. It's a good heavy duty radio. Again, made by Yaesu. It's just that for the near $100 price point, I believe I paid for it. Not, I guess in a sense, not rugged that I would carry it everywhere, especially in my outdoor backpacking, hikes, whatever. I'm truly going to go with something that, say, is rated for it. I haven't done personal testing to put it under a meter of water to see if it works, but seen others test these, and again, outdoor ones, they seem to work great, especially in the elements. So can't deny I will be using things like this when I take them camping, whatever, go bags. So hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, I greatly appreciate if you share it, and drop some comments below, guys. I like hearing from y'all, seeing what y'all have to say about this. So until next time, always be getting ready. We'll catch you around.